Mark 12, 28, 29, and 30. Then one of the scribes came, having heard them reasoning together, perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, "Which is the first commandment of all?" Jesus answered him, "The first is all the first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your minds, all your strength. This is the first commandment." Verse 31. "And the second commandment is this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these." Hey everybody. I'm doing a response right now to Amber Think's Don't Click Play video, in which she is explaining some of the attacks she is getting for no other real reason than she is not a Christian, that she is a pagan. And it started with her Fundy's We Shall Not Be Silenced. I believe that's the title of it video. In which she says she's tired of it. She is tired of people screaming at her, street preaching at her all the time about how great God is. And that's all she is seeing. And in this video she just did. Now there's a lot more in the video, but I'm gonna talk for a minute, and I'm gonna try and Amber, I think I'm gonna try and capture the essence of what you're saying, and it's something I think Christians need to listen to. But her next one, she is talking about commander attack by another Christian, another Fundy, and when confronting him with, "Why are you spamming me? Why are you attacking me? Why are you doing this?" And all he says is, "I am a soldier for Christ." And it's getting to a point, her videos mean a lot to me. I love listening to what she says, because she's one of those people who she only really speaks when she has something really wonderful and important to say. And she does it in such a way that is both intelligent, respectful, for the most part, and with a point. And what she is saying to the Fundies out there, she brings up some great points, and I think all Christians need to realize this, is what are you accomplishing? By you street preaching and driving people away, by hounding them with Jesus spam, this hellfire and brimstone, and the words that you are constantly spewing out of your mouths. And I'm not talking about everybody, I'm talking about the ones who stand on street corners and yell at people, who all they ever do is talk, yakety, yakety, yakety. And she's getting tired of it. And you know what? Frankly, she has reason to get tired of it. I really don't think she has a problem with God himself, with the Christian God. It's the Christians she is getting sick and tired of. And I see this in the way she talks. Because when she talks about God himself, herself, itself, whatever you want to say, but God, even referring to our God, there is a respect in her voice for deity, for God. But when she talks about the Christians who are hounding her, there is no respect, because they've never shown her respect. And I think she brought up a great point. Most of the Fundies out there seem to worship this. And in fact, I know there is a video out there called "The Bible is God, God is the Bible," who tries to make the argument that this is God. Not the physical book, but the words and all that is God. And I'm going to be pointing out, plain matter of fact, that is heresy. That is so wrong. I mean, that goes against everything historical Christianity stood for. But you know what? She's right. Because so many Christians out there are not following the example of Christ. He tells us right here, there's even other verses where when we had people go to heaven or go to the gates of heaven, and he looks down to people and they said, "Can we come in?" And I can't remember the exact verse, but he says, "When I was hungry, you fed me. When I was cold, you clothed me." And they're, "Lord, we never met you. When did we do this?" And he said, "When you did it to the least of my brethren, you did it to me." And he looks at the others who never did anything other than flap their gums and cast them out. Because all they do is flap their gums. All they ever do is they like to go out there and talk Bible. Well, and of course I'm speaking for me, Christianity is not about talking. You can say whatever you want. Okay? But the proof is in the pudding, as they say. What do you do that glorifies Him? If you truly love God, what are your actions showing? Are you more concerned with talking the talk or walking the walk? When you see someone cold, do you clothe them? Do you give them a blanket? Do you help them? Or do you just spout Bible verses at them? And that is what she's trying to say. Standing on a street corner does very little. Now, there is a time and place for it. I know I got into a long debate here at the local campus. It wasn't even a debate. We got into a great spur-of-the-moment decision where someone tried to ambush, evangelize me. And basically said, "I'm going to hell because I'm Eastern Orthodox." And got into a very, very long conversation with this person. You know what happened? Ended up how about 40 or 50 people sitting there talking amongst it. And I'm so happy because it got the word out there. That is what God did. That is what Jesus did. He didn't just go out there and say, "Listen to me," and thump a book or, things like that. He had conversations that attracted people because he spoke with such a humbleness, such a broken heart. He spoke with love. He didn't attack people. The only time he ever really got angry in there is when people were in his home disgracing it, disgracing the name of Christianity, or of his religion, the people who are supposedly worshiping the Father. That is the only time. And I really want Christians out there to understand. I really, really do. This is coming from the bottom of my heart, everybody. Stop talking, start walking. Be kind to the people who you say. Don't go around proclaiming the Christianity, because if you really are a Christian, and if you really are trying to live your faith, there is no need to tell people you're a Christian. That's really what I have to say. I am sorry, Amber, from the bottom of my heart that you're experiencing this. Honestly. And I hope, I pray that the people who do this just do not harm your spirit. I want you know what, Amber, I'll go ahead and PM you my message, but everybody, learn to live as Christ lived, with the heart Christ had. He is our example. He is our example. Don't worship this. Follow Christ. Everybody, God bless. Take care.